Hi guys and welcome to another episode of Career Mode. Today we are doing the transfer deadline day. Didn't even realise it was that soon to come around, and it's happened after the first game. But first of all, we're going to get into the game against Frankfurt, I think it is, and see if we can play them. So, after looking around on the menu guys, some surprise transfers. Neuer completes his quick-fire move to Juventus for £50 million. That is absolutely ridiculous, and these are some of the crazy transfers which you guys have been telling about. So if you do want any MSP, PSN codes or cheap game codes, make sure you check out g2a.com, the link is down below. And if we try and hit over 4,000 likes guys, that'd be awesome. Subscribe if you're not already. So Career Mode is obviously new to the channel. This is quite early on into it. This is only the second game we have played as well. Second league game, sorry. We have played some friendly matches, and after walking away with a 2-2 draw against Bayern Munich, I was lifted up. I was excited. A lot of people were telling me to lower the difficulty, but as someone else did point out, the legendary is what everyone else does play on in career mode, but because it is my first one, I am doing it on world class. Whether that does change in the future, who knows? Maybe I will find it a little bit too easy for me and decide to knock the difficulty up, but until then, I'm still new to it. I'm still a noob. Any pointers you guys do notice, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll aim to sort them out for future episodes. So like I said guys, 3 points is a must today. We're coming up against Frankfurt with their star striker as Maya, and a very, very solid looking team. But as you do know, we have got the fresh signing of Lacazette into there. We also have De Bruyne, who seems to be tearing shit up. We have got Toprak in the centre of defence also, as well as Willy Carvalho as well. So point out that you do need to keep an eye out on Carvalho on this game, because something important does happen to change the, to completely ruin one of our transfers so far in this game. So, early on into the game, it was basically to and fro, nothing serious happened, and then a solo run from Kevin De Bruyne from his own half does mess up his defence. I don't know whether this was too easy, or whether I was just lucky to be able to run straight through his defence, past his goalkeeper, and tap it in. The nice solo run from inside his own half, and Kevin De Bruyne does get on the score sheet and make it 1-0. Now with the highlights guys, I will start showing you highlights, but I didn't realise that the transfer deadline was so close, so a majority of this episode today will be focusing on the transfer deadline day itself. So as you can see there, Carvalho took a nasty fall to his shoulder, popped his shoulder out, and had to be substituted, which was a shame. But directly from that guys, I cleared the ball straight to Lacazette, and Lacazette is able to run straight on through and tap it past the goalkeeper. Now, sportsmanship, don't know if it counts on a football game, but I honestly did not mean to lob that straight through to Lacazette, but we did took advantage and made it 2-0 walking to half-time with a nice 2-0 lead. Whether you guys disagree with the way I scored the goal, but it's a computer game at the end of the day. I didn't mean to do it, but obviously it happened. Now then they started pressuring me, which was quite frustrating. They were pushing everyone forward. If you see how many players are in my area currently, we were then left 2-on-1, basically 3-on-1 actually. A through ball through to Dost, who made a sub and brought him on, passing it through to Gulavuku, I don't know how to say his name, who we subbed on for Willy Carvalho, and he does make it 3-0 and seals the victory of our second game in the league. So first 3 points, our first clean sheet as well, which I was surprised about. But if you do look at the statistics and everything guys, it was a really close game. It was just Frankfurt did let me run straight through them basically with the likes of Lacazette and everybody else. So a nice 3-0 victory, and that does take us through to the transfer deadline day. Now I am going to fast forward it a little bit as well, so it's going to be a bit speeded up as you will see in a moment, but we're going to be trying to get a replacement left back, or not a replacement left back because Rodriguez is a very, very good player, just someone to be there as a backup. We're also going to aim to possibly get a backup striker, which I was going to inquire about, but we have got 2 superstar signings. Well, not superstar signings, but some major signings in the likes of Lacazette and also Willy Carvalho. But on the screen, you're going to see some really, really bad news for a certain player who we did sign, and obviously that was our man Willy Carvalho. Straight after the game, we received an email saying that Willy Carvalho is suffering with a dislocated shoulder and will be out for 8 weeks, which means we're going to have to drop him down to the bench and bring in the loan CDM, which we do have. We then got an offer accepted from Oxlade-Chamberlain. unsure whether to take him, so I actually decided to ignore that, and a lot of other offers were getting rejected, which was annoying. And this was when I found out that transfer deadline day was upon us. I was having a brief look around as well to see what transfers were about. We had Sergio Aguero who had signed for Real Madrid. We also had Neuer for Juventus, and also Vidal for Man City, which were some surprise signings. We also then did notice that Cavani was the target for a lot of people. Decided to see whether he could be good as a backup striker for Lacazette, but decided to pop elsewhere. Now, I had a troll through the comment section below, which you guys are popping in there quite a lot and giving me a lot of heads up as who to go for, and we did go for a striker, and also revisited a few of the old players who we did go for the first time round. Still trying to sign that backup goalkeeper or even a new number one, but it's just not aiming to happen. Leno looks like he will not be joining us, but we're going to keep on trying anyway. 6 hours left and it just wasn't looking good. We then got an offer for Gustavo. Didn't really want to be dropping Gustavo out of the team as he is an important part of the midfield going forward, but then again, whatever we don't get in the first transfer window, guys, I'll aim to go in the next one. Now, someone told me to go for Laporte. I've done a scout on him. Maybe we'll aim to purchase him in the January transfer window, but until then I won't. Gunter as well. Someone told me to get him as a backup left back, so we did put the feelers out on him to see whether we could get him, and also Benzia. Now, Benzia I was unsure about whether we could get him or not, mainly because we signed Lacazette from the same team earlier on, and then we also inquired about Jesse as well as to how much they do want. Now, Insigne, he plays a few positions, whether we get him in for a backup cam, whether we get him in for a backup left mid, a backup right mid, he can play all them positions. Now, there was also a fan favourite, well, my favourite player, which is Max Meyer. Some player which, if you guys play Kickstop, Meyer is one of my favourite players. Obviously, does get a lot of points and is a decent player in real life as well, so I thought I'd go after him. We also then had someone come after Dost. I tried to be a bit cheeky, up the offer as well, which was probably a bad move and did waste a lot of time. But we were offered to, well, these were the prices we were offered for Gunter and Benzia, and both of them got accepted. That did let us aim to get the transfer negotiations rolling forward for Benzia, which is quite cheap as well for a squad rotation player, and also Gunter in the left back position. Whether he goes on to do quite well, I won't know, but currently I am going off what you guys do want. So these are the last negotiations going through now. We did get Benzia, we did get Gunter, and unfortunately no one did pop back in for DOS. So the hour was running down, the final hour, and nothing did happen apart from a few major transfers from around the world. We also got an international duty email popped around. Now, I don't know if that affects our games, but we will find out. And we were given a scout report of a player which looks like he's got a potential to 79 or 94. Now, do you guys take advantage? Do you take any notice of these? Let me know in the comments section below whether there's something to keep notice of and whether I should aim to bring these players into my first team. But the episode is running to a close now, guys. I was having a look around to sort out the squad as well. But our next game is against Hoffenheim. I am going to save it for another episode, as this one was coming on for quite a lot. And we are going to be doing a lot of games in the future. So these are the final bits of news as well. The window slams shut. Martinez signed for Roma, even though they have got Doomby. That team, honestly, if that was an ultimate team, it would be ridiculous. Also, Gomez is linked with Everton. That never went through either. We got Gunter. We completed that, and Adebayor is staying at Tottenham. But the main news is obviously whether we can aim to get into the top two positions of the Bundesliga in the coming months. Hopefully it does happen. Hopefully we can push ourselves forward. Got enough squad depth for the until January anyway. It's only a couple of months, but who knows what could happen. And everyone has high expectations of Benzia. So guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, please drop a like rating, that'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe if you're not, and anything you notice, guys, which I need to address in the future, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll aim to address them into the next episode, which will be on Wednesday probably, so make sure you do check back on the channel then. Until next time, guys, see you all later. Have a very, very nice rest of your day, and make sure you go and check out on all the videos we uploaded over the weekend. Until then, bye bye.